A past that he can never forget. 20 years after the memorable incident, Pi is questioned by a young man who is interested in writing a new book. Now, sitting down with this young man, his story begins to live again.
Remember the time I first met Richard Parker. I snuck into the back of a zoo and slowly approached a small closed door with a slab of meat in my hand. I turned the wheel near the door, opening a small door, calling out to the beast inside.
I'm here, Richard Parker. I have a treat for you. Don't worry, I won't do anything, Richard Parker.
At that moment, I knew. I knew that doing this would risk my life. But to show my respect as a Buddhist believer, I did it anyways. As I called out to the animal behind bars and in hiding, a shadow grew closer. The figure of a beast became more recognizable. It was our new tiger. He came out and walked slowly closer. My hand started to quiver, but remembering the respect for animals I was taught in Buddhism, I stared deeply into his eyes. As he walked closer and closer to my hand, I slowed down my breathing. As Richard's eyes stared intensely at mine, I made sure that I was showing him a sign of respect. I slowly placed the stab of meat down in front of him and drew back my hand. Calmly, Richard Parker began to eat the meat. I got down to the line of sight so both of our eyes were looking at each other. I couldn't take my eyes off of him. He was magnificent.
In this scene, we are showing the costly or painful sacrifice that believers display to others to show commitment to religion. Not long after Pi and his family and the animals in the zoo are requested to move to Canada. After a terrible storm and many obstacles, Pi and Richard Parker end up in a safety boat. However, it wasn't paradise.
Guys, have your notebooks. Patience, Richard Parker. I'm coming as fast as I can.
It started raining harder and harder. The boat started to rock and the waves had the boat in a drastic situation. Richard Parker went flying off of the boat into the water.
Oh, Richard Parker. Swim.
As I was screaming and trying to help Richard Parker, I noticed a bright spot appear through the dark clouds. It was the god of desire, Mara. I had such a desire to leave Richard Parker in the water, leaving me without worry of him killing me.
Come on, Pi. You know what's better for your survival.
I shall not even do such a thing. That is my friend.
Come on, Pi. You know what's better for your
I
survival.
shall not let you break me.
Right.
Oh, come there. Someone's there. I know you can do it.
After the storm, Pi and Richard Parker reach an island. The island represents the end, yet a beginning. The end of a journey with Richard Parker, but a beginning of a glorious journey to enlightenment.
Came upon an island. It was a relief. The island itself was filled with beautiful skies, clear water, fresh plants, and abundant fruits. When we arrived to this island, I wasn't aware that this would be the last time I would see Richard Parker.
Yeah, man. Look at pineapple tree over there. Mango tree over there. Buddha has finally treated us. You think somebody lives over here? Why are we here, Richard Parker? Is there a logical reason? Can I reach my goal on this island? Or is there such a thing? Tell me, Richard Parker. Did he ever reach it? Was he even a real person? I don't know what to say right now. You're right, Richard Parker. It's all in my head. Richard Parker, you're not gonna leave me like that, right?
Something told me I had to let him go. I can't explain this feeling. This was something I never felt before. It was a sign from the Buddha. I had to let Richard Parker go.
Guess this is just goodbye then.
There was only one goal in my life, and that was to reach enlightenment. Last thing I remember was the boat coming closer and closer. I was meditating, and after a while, I couldn't feel myself breathe. I felt myself stand up, and I never felt any better in my life. I blacked out. I saw this path. Everything else was dark, and I saw a light. When I got closer, I woke up. I saw one person in front of me, and the first thing she asked me was,
How did you do it?
I don't think I said that enough today.
There. You can do it.